It's a morning yellow alert for Delmarva with rainy and foggy conditions. I'll have the latest radar check and visibility situation. A dry Friday, then rain returns this weekend. Forecast details coming up.
Millions more needed. That is what some Lewes officials are saying as they work on the city's latest budget, and we look at the proposed increase in police spending. Power price probe, how the Delaware General Assembly is getting involved over high utility bill complaints from Delmarva power customers. Tax dollars for tighter security. We look at where Warwick Community College is planning to use new money it is receiving from the state of Maryland.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we continue with our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. It is February 13th, 2025, and we got rid of the snow, but in its place, we have wet weather and some fog. So let's get right to First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey with a look at First Alert weather this morning. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Delmarva. It is a yellow alert. Mother Nature's 1-2 punch. We had the snow yesterday. Now a lot of that snow melting away with a cold rain. The good news is we're seeing the back edge of this steady rain starting to make its way through Delmarva, already starting to end in Seaford, but still raining in Delmarva, Georgetown, and Gumboro, and heavier rain right now right along the coast near Highway 1. Ocean View seeing some heavier rain there, and then farther south, Ocean Pines, Newark, and it looks like Salisbury, you're beginning to dry out a little bit. So the back edge of this rain is moving through with much of the eastern shore, not seeing that rain now, but still seeing the heavier rain around Chincoteague up the golf club shores. So watch for ponding on the roads and maybe some local flooding as the back edge of this rain will slide through. So it'll take another hour or so. There is a little gap here, but then there's a cold front back to the west. That will dry us out eventually, but I still think we could see some showers as we go through the morning hours. Temperatures well above freezing, upper 30s and low 40s now, 41 in Delmar, 41 in Bethany Beach, 42 in Rehoboth Beach. So no worries of refreeze or anything like that as the winds are picking up from the south and visibilities are improving now about 3 to 10 miles in Salisbury, 6 in Georgetown. But don't let your guard down. There are still pockets of dense fog. As we'll see that heavier rain this morning, I think start to back off as we go here through the next hour or two with temperatures rising through the 40s. Still some showers late this morning, and then by noon, winds pick up from the southwest. We're looking at temperatures in the mid-40s. And I think a lot of us do touch 50 this afternoon with a mix of sun and clouds, but then a cold front comes through. The winds start to rev up this afternoon and this evening with temperatures falling through the 40s. But be extra careful out there this morning. Delay travel if you can. I gave it the red light, rainy, foggy, and I did encounter some slush on the roads too from the melting snow. So just take it extra slow. Much better heading home. Gave it the yellow light. Still some wet roads, but it does start to dry out. It gets breezy, mild, and then colder into the evening hours.
All right, thanks, Bob. And we were talking about this fog, so we wanted to check out some of the conditions on our major highways. We're going to go live here to Milford. This is the scene in South Milford, just off of Route 1. Things looking pretty clear in the near area. Still, we don't have the daylight yet to give us the full view, but right there at that scene, this is near Coastal Highway, Route 1 in Milford, south of Milford. So pretty much looking clear there. You can still see snow and some of the wet marks on our parking lot there. How about Ocean City? This one's been improving throughout the morning. I've been tracking this one since about 2 this morning. And when I first saw this camera, very foggy, but each hour as we've gotten further into the morning, it has cleared up considerably. So that is some of what we're seeing as you get ready to head out the door in several of our areas. All right, we move on, and happening today, work on the 2026 fiscal year budget in Lewes. And we have a copy of it here. We've been going through it, and what we have found is that the city is looking at increasing its expenses compared to 2025. We're seeing over $4 million in additional expenses for the new fiscal year. One of the largest increases is police. That's up nearly $700,000 from the current budget. The new fiscal year in Lewes, that is scheduled to begin on April 1st. Lewes City Council is also considering updates to the open space rules for developments in the area. The city is doing away with the current ordinance on open space. They're proposing a brand new one with updated regulations and details. So break this down for you a little bit here. On your screen is what some open space looks like in one of our coastal developments. The new ordinance would change the space requirements for what you can do with the land and how much land needs to stay preserved. The new ordinance now goes to City Council for further review. Officials say those comments and concerns will be taken into account when the ordinance reaches City Council for a vote. A prominent Milton property on Route 1 in Cave Neck Road is for sale. This is what is called Chapel Farm site. It is approved to have over 100 residential units, plus a drive-through and 2 commercial buildings. This is where the Smokin' D's barbecue was and that Shed Crazy store. The property is listed at $9.95 million. We're continuing our coverage over the rise in the amount of money Delmarva Power customers are paying for their utility bills. And now the Delaware General Assembly, they say they're getting involved. The Senate Environment, Energy, and Transportation Committee is holding a hearing Friday morning about the concern. The Public Service Commission and the Office of the Public Advocate will also be at this hearing. Public comments will be allowed either in person or online. Delmarva Power says the spike is linked to an unusually cold winter. Warwick Community College has a new taxpayer-funded grant it says will help improve campus security. The college says money will go towards better access control on building doors and upgrades to video surveillance cameras. Warwick says the money they are receiving is about $260,000. This morning, the investigation into what caused this golf cart accident in Long Neck. According to the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company, this week, a golf cart rolled over onto Long Neck Road. It occurred at the entrance to Potnet's Bayside. Now taking a live look at the White House as President Trump continues to reshape the federal government at lightning speed. His administration is also taking shape. After getting his pick for Director of National Intelligence confirmed in the Senate yesterday, it appears the president's choice for Health Secretary will be confirmed later today. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how several setbacks by federal judges, now the Trump administration has picked up a key win.
And I follow the courts. I have to follow
the Trump administration scoring a victory out of a litany of legal challenges as a judge ruled the federal worker buyout program can move forward. The White House saying roughly 75,000 federal employees took the offer to resign and be paid through September before the deadline closed. A key piece of the plans to dramatically downsize government.
The spigot is getting ready to be turned off.
Lawmakers sparring in a fiery hearing about the work of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk are recklessly and illegally dismantling the federal government, shuttering federal agencies, firing federal workers.
We were given a massive mandate to carry out what he's been doing.
Also on Capitol Hill, Senate Democrats held the floor late into the night, speaking against Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whose confirmation vote for Secretary of Health and Human Services is set for today.
This body is being asked to confirm a man who has dedicated the better part of his career to attacking science.
Kennedy is on track for confirmation in the Republican-controlled Senate, despite concerns over controversial positions, including a refusal to acknowledge the scientific consensus that vaccines do not cause autism. Another contentious pick.
I, Tulsi Gabbard, do solemnly swear.
Tulsi Gabbard, now sworn in as Director of National Intelligence. Only Republican Senator Mitch McConnell joined Democrats in opposing her over concerns she made sympathetic comments about Russia. President Trump rounding out his cabinet as he presses ahead with his agenda. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we have a lot more news to get to this morning on CoastTV News Today. Coming up, bird flu fallout. We'll give you the new updates for Delmarva and how it could impact locals looking to buy new chickens this year. Also, new technique for better taste, potential changes for watermen in the Chesapeake Bay. But first, missed opportunities for intervention is part of what landed one man in jail. We'll show you how now he is teaching others from his experience.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
The 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival is March 6th through the 9th. Enjoy 100 independent films and party with the stars. Help us welcome 2 local award-winning filmmakers, John Chester and Erica Messer. They'll be on stage at the OC Performing Arts Center commentating on their film, The Biggest Little Fawn. Tickets start at just $20. Make it a weekend and stay at the beach starting at only $59 per night. Get your passes at OCMDFilmFestival.com.
One poor decision can change a life, and in the case of one man, it did. He is using his experience, though, to help others. And in this week's Coastal Connections, Zakia Jennings introduces us to him and the program he began behind the walls of Sussex Correctional Institution.
When you look at a prison, you might think of punishment and a lack of freedom. But behind the prison walls of Sussex Correctional Institution came something great. Behind these prison walls came a story of triumph. Behind these prison walls came Missed Ops. Missed Ops is a local nonprofit whose focus is to provide statewide re-entry coordination, re-entry coaching, peer coaching, and mentoring to those who are incarcerated and to those who are just coming out of prison. Khalil Abdar Rashid, the founder of Missed Ops, says his purpose in life all started at Sussex Correctional Institution in Georgetown.
I went to prison when I was 17 for first-degree murder. I was sentenced to natural life plus 5 years in prison. I served 25 years and 27 days incarcerated. During my incarceration, that's where my growth began.
In 2008, Abdar Rashid was preparing to go before the Board of Pardons. His counselor asked him to write down his life story. As he wrote down his story, he realized all of the missed opportunities for intervention. He then turned his story into a book called Black Boy Lost, and now has a program by the same name where he goes into schools and shares his stories with students and teachers.
I was talking to my wife, and we were talking about my book, and we just kept talking about all of these opportunities that people had to intervene in my life to keep it from going where it was going.
Natasha Hughes worked at multiple Delaware Department of Corrections facilities, starting out in medical and ultimately overseeing the mental health unit.
As I always say, the fight's not out here, the fight's in here, right? And so I'm here to continue watering and cultivating the seeds that I planted behind the fence.
Hughes now serves on the board for Missed Ops. Abdar Rashid goes back to the same facility to host victim impact classes. It's a class that allows the inmates to understand the impact of their crimes on other people. They even get to hear from someone directly impacted by a crime. Overall, Khalil isn't just passionate about helping people re-enter society, but he's passionate about keeping them there. Simply put, Missed Ops is Abdar Rashid's way of using his missed opportunities to give opportunities to others. For Coastal Connections, I'm Zakia Jennings.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Baths by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Looks like this guy's a child pornographer.
You want to make a deal with the devil. This guy is a scumbag.
We have a chance to take down an entire ring of pedophiles.
We need to talk.
SVU, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
Capture your favorite moments at the CoastTV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at CoastTV.com under the Features tab. The CoastTV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
Shower your home with love with a new bath from Baths by Spicer Brothers. Our factory-trained experts can transform your space into one you'll love in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and our done right guarantee, you can have peace of mind knowing your new bath or shower will last a lifetime. Right now, get 50% off installation, plus take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026.
Call to schedule your free in-home consultation. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
All right, we're approaching 6:16 on this Thursday morning, and you're looking live along the banks of the Choptank River in Cambridge. And some of you might not love the weather today, but tomorrow, Valentine's Day, Bob, might be some love for Friday's weather, at least.
Yeah, I think so. Love will be in the air for a lot of reasons, I'm sure, but we will be looking at nice weather at that time, but not so much right now, as we have a yellow alert for this morning for the rain, the fog, the large puddles. We're melting a lot of the snow, so it's just overall gloomy. If you can delay travel a couple of hours, that's advised. We do get a brief break on Friday on Valentine's Day with sunny, breezy, and colder conditions, but then by the weekend, more rain builds in later Saturday. Looks like that continues into Sunday. And right now, the good news is looks like the heavier rain is shifting to the east pretty quickly now. We're looking at Sussex County, Seaford, Georgetown, Jones Crossroads have dried out temporarily. Still seeing some rain around Millsboro to Lewes and Selbyville. Even Delmarva is seeing the rain. Farther south, Ocean Pines, Ocean City, you're getting rain right now, as is Salisbury, Snow Hill, some heavier showers for you. While the eastern shore, you're getting a break now, but farther south, Chincoteague through Hallwood and Snow Hill, pockets of heavy rain. Watch for ponding on the roads and even some slushy roads farther north where the snow is still around and still in the roads. But we will back off the heavy rain with time. Starting to see some drier conditions across Chesapeake Bay and back through the I-95 corridor. But there is a cold front back to the west. That will be moving in later today. So there's still that chance of rain later this morning. And then we quiet it down and it gets cold later this evening into tomorrow as Arctic air will be following this front. And then that will be building in for your Valentine's Day. Right now, temperatures in the 30s and low 40s, so we're well above freezing. No refreeze. We continue the melting process. 42 at Bethany Beach, Delmarva 43, 41 in Georgetown, and 43 in Milton. And we do have a southerly breeze as well, a little gustier along the coast, but that's keeping us a little milder. And the visibility has really improved greatly. 10 miles in Georgetown and Salisbury, 3 miles in Ocean City, still foggy there. And even inland, there's still that chance of some fog as we go through the morning hours, as we're still seeing some of that heavier rain for the next hour or so. By late morning, the winds start to pick up from the southwest. We're into the mid 40s, and I think afternoon we start to dry things out with a westerly wind, close to 50 degrees for a lot of us. And then as we go into this evening, behind that cold front, winds pick up and it gets cold. Temperatures dropping to below freezing, I think, by Friday morning, with upper 20s and lower 30s, feeling much colder with the wind for sure, feeling like 20s. And then actual temperatures Friday afternoon only in the mid to upper 30s, feeling colder with the wind. Cold into Friday night, and then we increase the clouds on Saturday as we watch the next system moving in, and that will bring a cold rain into Saturday afternoon and evening, and that continues right into Sunday. But right now, it looks like all liquid, just rain, and then that starts to clear out as we go into Sunday night. Now, as we go into this this morning, we could see another 1/3 of an inch of rain, and then on top of that, another 1/2 inch to maybe inch as we go into the weekend. So very soggy conditions on the way, as the winds will be picking up with time, and we're looking at those gusty winds, 30 miles per hour this evening, and that will be a cold wind as we go into your Friday, as those winds are puffing around 25 to 30 miles per hour. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. It's a morning yellow alert for the fog and rain clearing up this afternoon, 50, and then sunshine and much colder for Valentine's Day, 39. A cold rain later Saturday, 46, and then a milder rain on Sunday, 61, and then really cold into next week, mid to upper 30s, a mix of sun and clouds, and wow, overnight lows pretty cold in the teens and low 20s.
Okay, Bob, but dry. Cold but dry
Yeah,
for Valentine's Day. I think that's the key there. All right, we move on, and some of the options people are using to deal with high egg prices are now coming with a word of caution in Delaware. This from the state's Department of Agriculture for people who are buying baby chickens, hoping to raise them to later produce eggs. Officials say they do not plan to stop the sale of the birds in Delaware. They say the risk of avian flu spreading to hatcheries is low, but key here, the big concern occurs when the new chicks are mixed in with current flocks.
If you already have a flock, bring those birds back, keeping them separate for at least 30 days to make sure that there's no disease being communicated between the new birds and the established flock.
Agriculture officials say their goal for people raising backyard flocks is that they do it in the safest way possible. Developing news in Maryland, and this one has an impact on watermen who work on the Chesapeake Bay. There is a bill making its way through the General Assembly. It's called the Chesapeake Bay Legacy Act, which supporters say will help in the continuing effort of cleaning up the bay. It would also allow watermen to process fish with a Japanese technique known as ikemije. The method makes the meat taste better, worth more money. And under the legislation, a license would not be required for Maryland watermen to use the technique. It opens the door for more watermen to potentially do this.
Usually it consists of a head spike and then a thin wire that they run down the spine of the fish, which severs all the nerve endings that can lead for a product that has a longer shelf life and a better taste profile.
The Chesapeake Bay Legacy Act is still in the early stages of discussion in Annapolis. If passed, the legislation would take effect July 1st in Maryland. Up next, Rehoboth remakes website, a new feature that is designed to make searches easier for users. Coast TV News Today returns in a moment.
Coast TV News can be heard on Big 107.7.
Get ready to run, walk, or stroll for a great cause. The 12th annual Lucky Leprechaun 5K is back in Milton on Sunday, March 9th. Start your day with a fun 5K at 11 a.m. Then stick around for the 17th annual Milton St. Patrick's Day Parade at 2. Your race supports the Milton Fire Department, the Milton Chamber of Commerce, and the Women's Club of Milton. Sign up now for just $35 or $40 on race day. Don't miss this St. Patrick's Day tradition. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Hi, can I get an extra large quadruple shot, extra hot, semi-sweet caramel macchiato with almond milk, and a medium?
Whatever happened to coffee? Whack. When you need a minute, there's the Bally Casino app, featuring tons of exciting slots like Divine Fortune, Cash Machine, and 88 Fortunes. We bring the excitement to you. Throw in your favorite table games and... Got one! So who needs caffeine?
I'd still like some.
Yeah, me too. Bet boldly with the Bally Casino app. Powered by Bet Rivers.
Transform your home with Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. Collectively, with over 40 years experience, our expert team has been designing porch enclosures, sunrooms, and awnings that bring comfort and style to your home.
Whether you're looking for protection from the sun or extra living space, we're here to help. Call now to schedule a no-obligation design. We are offering a free electric recessed fireplace with your sunroom purchase, or get a free upgrade to a motorized awning with an awning purchase. Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. We show up.
Hello, what's funky, fun, and fabulous? The Pottery Place in Fenwick Island. Explore over 12,000 square feet of fabulous finds, from furniture to gifts, home decor, art, pottery, housewares, and more. New pieces arrive weekly, hand-selected for the ultimate unique shopping experience. Looking for something extra special? Special orders and free local delivery is available.
We have everything under the sun.
There's something for everyone. The Pottery Place in Fenwick Island, Delaware. A family tradition for over 50 years.
Rehoboth Beach has launched their redesigned website. You can see it right here on your screen. This is what it looks like. The city says the new site, rehobothbeach.de.gov, has an AI-assisted search function. On your screen now, we have the official lineup that dropped for this year's Oceans Calling Festival in Ocean City. Some big names are heading to the coast, such as Green Day and Fall Out Boy. Pre-sale tickets for September's festival, they go on sale Friday. Oceans Calling isn't the only music festival hitting the OC Boardwalk this year. Fans can also expect Country Calling, Boardwalk Rock, and the Rising Tides Festival. That's all coming up in 2025. In Ocean City, most of the snow has already melted. The roads there seem to be clear. Sidewalks a little bit on the slushy side, but even though the snow turned to water pretty quickly, some business owners say it still takes a toll on them and their profits.
We generate a lot of our traffic from the boardwalk, so when the boardwalk's full of snow, it's really hard to get people out.
According to the Ocean City Police Department, they did not see any big crashes that occurred this week due to the latest snowstorm system. First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey is back with us. Did a great job forecasting that snow system, but we are continuing to track rain today up and down the Delmarva coast.
Yeah, boy, it's Mother Nature's 1-2 punch, Matt. We had the snow yesterday. Now that snow melting from the rain. We've got some fog, too. We've been seeing some heavier rain, Chincoteague and Assateague this morning, so leave extra time to get to your destination. That rain continues until about the noon hour. Then we dry it out this afternoon. Temperatures into the upper 40s. Waves around 2 to 4 feet on the Atlantic, Fenwick Island, and Ocean City. Rain until noon and temperatures close to 50 degrees. On the bay side the next 3 days, rainy early in Cambridge and then a sunny and colder Valentine's Day, 39. Then the rain returns on Saturday. Similar conditions for Crisfield. Your rain ending today. Colder and dry Valentine's Day. And then, oh boy, more rain for the weekend later Saturday into Sunday. Much more in your forecast coming up in the next half hour.
All right, well, after the break here on Coast TV News today, open space changes considered. We'll tell you about new regulations underway in Lewes that officials could decide for areas in the city. Also, lawmakers look into price problem, the action about to take place in Dover in dealing with utility bill complaints. And Lewes looks for improvements where the city is focusing its budget for fiscal year 2026. Coast TV News Today will be right back.
At Delaware Electric Cooperative, keeping the lights on is a team effort, and our team broke a reliability record in 2024. Members experienced a nearly 20% drop in outages, and our crews have never restored power faster. Our success is a result of dedicated engineers, careful planning, tree trimming, and the use of advanced technology that can self-heal power lines and equipment. And not only has Co-op power never been more reliable, it's also the most affordable in the state of Delaware.
It's the President's Day sale too big for just one store. February 13th through the 21st at Donaway Furniture in Ocean City, Bethany Resort Furnishings in Bethany, and the new Home Living by Donaway in West OC. Save store-wide on in-stock and custom items. Get 10% off any purchase, 15% off purchases of $19.99 or more, and 20% off $49.99 or more. And as always, veterans and active duty military, law enforcement, and first responders get an additional 5% off. See you there.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
Change. It can be so chaotic, especially for seniors. But what is life like without change? Boring, dull, predictable, and even difficult for some seniors. Change can trigger progress, growth, flexibility, happiness, regardless of your age. Are you ready for change? If you're a senior living in Sussex County, Delaware, and need a little help, call me. If you're a senior living in Sussex County and would like to help another senior, call me. I'm Amy McDermott with Seniors Helping Seniors.
Now on Coast TV News.
It's a morning yellow alert for Delmarva. We've got the rain, foggy conditions as well. I'll have the latest check of radar, visibility situation. It dries out for Valentine's Day. Then the rain returns this weekend. Details coming up.
Yeah, we are seeing some fog, Bob. Just as you said, we're going to take a look at some of the areas, some of the key roads as you get ready to head out for the morning commute. Lewes money moves as city officials prepare its new budget, where we are seeing some of the biggest increase in expenses. Power play, how the Delaware General Assembly could be putting pressure on Delmarva Power about high utility bill complaints.
This is Coast TV News Today.
February 13th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. We are approaching 5:30. We're at 5:30, according to my clock here on this Thursday morning. Still time to get your Valentine plans in order. And if you're still getting ready to head out the door, be prepared for some wet conditions out there, Bob.
Yeah, Matt, did you say 5:30?
6:30.
6:30.
Thank you.
Okay, I just wondering if you're on Central Time, and no, yeah.
Yes, I was.
You were, okay. Yeah, it's 6:30 and it's rainy and it's a little foggy out there, but the rain is beginning to wind down now, so that's good. Seaford, Georgetown, we're drying things out a little bit on US 13 with the rain ending. Gumboro, Frankfort, Selbyville still seeing the rain up towards Lewes, and then Fenwick Island seeing the rain. Even some heavier rain still hanging on around Ocean Pines and into Ocean City too, so take it slow there. Eastern Shore, you are starting to dry out from the steady rain, but still some scattered showers, and we're still looking at heavy rain from Chincoteague over to Westover. Watch for ponding on the roads. We're melting a lot of snow, especially farther north into Sussex County, where that snowpack is a little thicker. We do have a little gap in the steady rain back through D.C., so we will dry things out temporarily, but there is a cold front back to the west, and that will finally end the rain, I think, by the noon hour, and then it gets much colder. 30s and lower 40s right now. We're well above freezing, so we continue the melting process with a southerly breeze. Visibilities have improved now, 10 miles in Salisbury and Georgetown, but still 3 miles in Ocean City. So we still have pockets of some fog out there, and we'll see the heavier rain winding down as we go through the morning hours, and then that will change to basically scattered showers through the rest of the morning, with temperatures warming through the 40s. I think we get close to 50 this afternoon, and then a cold front comes through, and it gets much colder as we go into the evening hours. There is school today, kids, and be careful out there. Drivers, too. You see that little stop sign. Stop. It's going to be a little dicey with the visibility with fog. It's rainy. 41 off to school for the kids. Then heading home much better, drying out, breezy conditions, and a temperature of 49.
All right, thank you, Bob. And we have been tracking the fog situation leading up to our airtime this morning, so we got the latest. Here's the scene in Rehoboth Beach. You can see a lot more wetness, a lot more wet drops on that camera from what we saw about an hour ago. So wet, foggy there. This is along the coast. Let's take a look at the inland scene as we move inland and south. We're now going to take a live look at Salisbury. Very different situation there with that camera. Very clear shot, so no rain on that camera lens. Drivers on the road and not really as much fog in the distance as we saw about an hour ago. So much better situation in Salisbury compared to up north in Rehoboth Beach. So that's what we're experiencing as you get ready to make your commute out the door this morning. And we move on. Later today, the Lewes City Council will go over its draft of the 2026 fiscal year budget. Total projected expenses, it's over $16 million. That is about a $4 million increase from the 2025 budget. And one of the largest increases is police expenditures. That's nearly $700,000. The new fiscal year in Lewes, that is scheduled to begin on April 1st. And we are continuing our coverage over the rise in the amount of money Delmarva Power customers are paying on their utility bills. And now the Delaware General Assembly is getting involved. The Senate Environment, Energy, and Transportation Committee holding a hearing Friday morning about this concern. The Public Service Commission and the Office of the Public Advocate will also be at this hearing. Public comments will be allowed either in person or online. For their part, Delmarva Power says the spike is linked to an unusually cold winter. Warwick Community College has a new taxpayer-funded grant it says will help improve campus security. The college says money will go towards better access control on building doors and upgrades to video surveillance cameras. Warwick says the money they are receiving for this, it is about $260,000. Lewes City Council considering updates to the open space rules for development in the area. The city is doing away with the current ordinance on open space and proposing a brand new one with updated regulations and details. So break this down for you a little bit. On your screen, this is what some open space looks like in one of our coastal developments. This new ordinance would change the space requirements for what you can do with the land and how much of the land needs to stay preserved. The ordinance now goes to the City Council for further review, and officials say comments and concerns will be taken into account when the ordinance does reach City Council for a vote. Two more notes on this proposed ordinance. It would also set regulations about how open space is maintained and who owns it. Also, it emphasizes protecting the environment and wildlife there in Lewes. So does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what should be the top priority for open space in new developments. And here's the updated results. A little bit changing in the votes, but still many of you are voting that the top priority should be wildlife habitat. And if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at CoastTV.com or on our mobile app. A prominent property on Route 1 and Cave Neck Road in Milton is for sale. And this is called the Chapel Farm site. It's approved to have over 100 residential units, plus a drive-through and 2 commercial buildings. This is where the Smokin' D's barbecue was and the Shed Crazy store. The property is listed at $9.95 million. Check out some of the pictures we have here. Officials in Long Neck continuing to investigate this golf cart accident. According to the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company, this week a golf cart rolled over onto Long Neck Road. This took place at the entrance to Potnet's Bayside. And we are now taking a live look at the White House in Washington, D.C. They are dealing with a foggy situation. As you can see, part of the Washington Monument is obscured. President Trump is taking on tariffs. The president wants the U.S. to effectively match the tariffs other nations impose on U.S. goods. There is a dispute among economists on whether potential trade wars could amplify inflation even more. Trump says he has a broader plan to curb inflation.
The world has taken advantage of the United States for many years.
Economists would say that tariffs are going to be inflationary.
And Trump also says the Fed should cut interest rates, but some analysts don't believe that will happen when the board meets in March. Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, helping with HIV prevention. We'll tell you how one Delmarva organization is asking for taxpayer money to support prevention of this disease. Also, coastal local commitment, the Sussex Tech wrestler who plans to compete at the Division I level in college. And SEAL gets second chance. We'll tell you how this guy here made its return to our coast after getting some treatment in Baltimore. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
There's only one place to go for your next vehicle. IG Burton Chevrolet of Milford. Trusted since 1908 for our expert team, massive selection, and our unbeatable prices. Together, let's drive new 2024 Silverados up to $13,000 off MSRP. Or get 0.9% financing on select new 2024 EV models. Visit us today. And remember,
nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Nobody beats an IG Burton deal.
Your child deserves the best. When your child is sick, every moment counts. And the team at Tidal Health Pediatrics understands the urgency of such situations. Whether it's a sudden fever, a troubling cough, or another pediatric ailment, your child will be seen when they need it most. Schedule your child's appointment now at tidalhealth.org/findapediatrician or call 410-912-5785 because your child's health is our top priority. Tidal Health Pediatrics, compassionate care when you need it most.
I've been thinking about renovating my garage floor, and suddenly I'm seeing signs everywhere. The universe keeps hinting, even at my local gas company. Pinnacle Concrete is everywhere. And again, multiple signs at the print store. The signs are too strong to ignore. It's time to call. With so many options, my dream is taking shape. And now, I'm not just seeing signs, I'm living proof. Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
No other artist has been able to have this kind of effect.
Her impact is so much more than just being an artist who puts out music.
It's welcoming, unifying community.
The Swift Effect, Episode 4, A Legacy in the Making. Saturday at noon on Coast TV. Sponsored locally on Coast TV by Pohanka Kia, delivering dreams to driveways.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
6:39 on our rainy Thursday morning, but conditions are slowly improving. The heaviest rain is moving out. Gutter Helmet Camp, 44 in Ocean View. The breezes are picking up, so that's making the visibilities better for sure as the heavier rain is moving out of Sussex County right now. Still some showers hanging on around Gumboro, Ocean View, and Fenwick Island into Ocean City, but we are still seeing some showers that are heavier a little farther south. Just some scattered showers across the eastern shore, and still seeing some heavier rain around Chincoteague, but the trend is for the heaviest rain to move out, but still looking at some lighter showers as we go through the morning hours. As we're looking at temperatures still rising this morning through the lower 40s, so we continue the melting process and still a little fog hanging on around Ocean City. So watch for that. And for the February ride up to Cape May, rain this morning. Then it does start to dry out this afternoon. Maybe some sun this afternoon. Temperatures up near 50 degrees. And congratulations to Lorraine Bueller from Selbyville. She is the new owner of an umbrella. From Coast TV and Paul Davis.
Bethany Beach didn't have nearly as much snow as other places on Delmarva from this latest system. You can see on your screen the boardwalk and beach. They got some remnants of this week's weather event, but overall we got a great looking scene there. And the snow did bring some struggles for some people. It also brought fun. Check this out. Got some dogs enjoying the snow at the dog park in Lewes. These guys just having a great day in that white, fluffy snow. And here is some good news. A gray seal pup rescued from Bethany Beach, back in the ocean, according to the National Aquarium in Baltimore. The little seal was picked up by rescuers after showing some nasal discharge, and they were concerned the seal actually had avian flu. So he was taken to the National Aquarium Stranding Response Center. That's where vets found he was healthy, just a little stressed out. And after he got some fluids, vitamins, and an overnight stay, got a flipper tag and was released back into the wild.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
No game action today on Delmarva thanks to the weather, but that doesn't mean there aren't superstars to highlight starting in Sussex County. Sussex Tech wrestler Dustin Elliott has announced his commitment to compete at the next level at Bloomsburg University. The senior has racked up well over 100 wins for the Ravens across his 4 years on the mats and currently wrestles in the 160 weight class. Earlier this season, Elliott became the winningest wrestler in Sussex Tech history after his 150th victory against Delmar just 3 weeks ago. Congratulations to Dustin Elliott on continuing his education and wrestling career. Moving to baseball, spring training is finally upon us as catchers and pitchers have reported to spring training. And teams are gearing up for the 2025 season with opening day coming up at the end of March. The Phillies open spring training tomorrow with a very similar roster to last year, including the second highest payroll in the major leagues. The Fightins did add some key pieces to their bullpen in Jordan Romano and Joe Ross, but they will need to stay healthy if they want to compete with the Dodgers for the NL pennant. Before we hit full baseball mode, make sure to follow along on DSN as the winter sports season winds down. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
And coming up tonight on DSN, we've got live NCAA women's college basketball when Maryland Eastern Shore takes on Howard University. That game is at 8:30, if I can get that one out. Then we got the final score at 10:30. You also get that game on the DSN Plus app along with these exclusives. 5:15, Henlopen Conference, girls basketball when Sussex Central hosts Delmar at 6. It's Bayside Conference boys hoops with Kent County and Washington. 6:30, it's girls hoops in Northern Delaware, Tower Hill and Padua at 7. Virginia High School boys basketball with Nandua and Arcadia. After 5 seasons and 15 primetime Emmy Awards, one of the most talked about TV shows of the past decade is ready for its final chapter. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
They believed that these garments that they put on our bodies told the world who we are. To mark us, they put us in red, the color of blood. They forgot that it's also the color of rage. The dress became our uniform. And we became an army.
Here's your first look at the 6th and final season of The Handmaid's Tale. The Emmy-winning series, set in a dystopian future ruled by a fundamentalist theocratic dictatorship, returns to Hulu with 3 episodes on April 8th, then weekly until the finale on May 27th. Another honor for Cynthia Erivo. GLAAD is giving the Oscar nominee its Stephen F. Kolzak Award, which goes to an LGBTQ media professional who's raised visibility and promoted acceptance of LGBTQ people and issues. The 36th annual GLAAD Media Awards take place in Los Angeles, March 27th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Rough week? Cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up for free now at coasttv.com/signup and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
Tough to be joyful when it looks like this out there. Wet, kind of murky. Tidal Health Cam in Salisbury. We continue to melt the snow. We're looking at showers. The heavier rain is now starting to move out. Still a yellow alert this morning for some rain and fog. The rain tapers off later today. We get a break Friday, then more rainy weather into the weekend. I'll have your full forecast coming up in 2 minutes.
Coast TV News can be heard on Coast Country. DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Camp Rehoboth Chorus celebrates their 15th season, performing on Broadway on Valentine's Day weekend. Featuring the best of Broadway show tunes and musicals, this concert features hits from Mamma Mia, Hair, Jersey Boys, and Hello Dolly. Performances are February 14th and 15th at 7 p.m. and Sunday matinee on February 16th at 3 p.m. at Epworth United Methodist Church in Rehoboth Beach. Tickets are $30 and $15 for students. Available at camprehoboth.org. Sponsored by Coast TV.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Thank you for calling Coastal Comfort.
This is a complimentary call. A couple of years ago, I had my heat pumps replaced. Last night, I noticed one of them wasn't working right. Somebody was out here within a couple of hours, and it's working perfectly. I was in the service industry for 33 years. Good service is something you can't find today. It very much is appreciated. Your crew is a good crew. Really fine people, are professional, and they're efficient.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Time is 6:47. We're getting a live look now at Laurel. It's a bit of a foggy look there. A lot of fog in western Sussex County. That's an up-high view, so it's right in the middle of it. But, Bob, we're expecting a busy day tomorrow, Valentine's Day. And it sounds like you might have some good news for the folks out there.
I do. Love will be in the air for many reasons. I think one of them is because the weather will be much, much nicer. But it's not nice right now. It's foggy. It's kind of murky out there. But for your Valentine's Day, if you're taking your significant other out, maybe you're giving them a box of chocolate candies. I know my wife loves the chocolate candy. And it's looking sunny, and it's looking like 39 degrees as we go into the afternoon. So you're going to want to bundle up, a good excuse to cozy up as we go into tomorrow evening, as it's getting much colder. But we're looking at the heavier rain now moving out of the area, and we're seeing still some showers southwest Sussex County, Gumboro through Omar, Selbyville. But farther to the north, you are getting a little break from the steady rain right now. But Ocean Pines back through Berlin, seeing some showers there. Still some heavier showers just south and east of Salisbury, stretching down to Snow Hill. So this is where the heavy rain still remains. And then the eastern shore, a few light showers around Easton back through Cambridge, but I think the heaviest of the rain will continue to shift offshore as we go through the next hour or so, and then just a scattering of showers after that as we widen out the view. There is a cold front back to our west, and then that will be tracking our way today. So ahead of it, we still have that shower chance as we go through the morning hours. Then behind it, it's much drier air. It's Arctic air too, so it's going to get cold, but this is our air mass for Valentine's Day, as it will be clearing out, but very cold at that time. 42 in Bethany Beach and Rehoboth right now, 44. So temperatures continuing to rise. 42 in Delmar, Georgetown 41, 42 in Redden right now. As we're looking at a southerly breeze, and I think that is improving our visibility. Still about 3 miles in some fog in Ocean City, but it is improving in Salisbury and Georgetown. And I think that fog will continue to lift through the morning hours as we're seeing the heaviest of the rain moving out as we go through the morning hours. By 10 o'clock, cloudy, still a few showers with mid-40s. And then by 3 o'clock, not bad. A few peaks of sun around 50 in Millsboro and Georgetown, 46 in Fenwick Island. Then this evening, the cold front comes through and temperatures do plunge. We're looking at 20s and low 30s Friday morning. And with sunshine on Valentine's Day, it's going to be cold. Only mid to upper 30s for highs. That's it. Clouds increase pretty cold Friday night into Saturday morning. And then into Saturday morning, it's cloudy with temperatures in the mid-30s. And as we go later in the day, we're going to see another round of precipitation, mainly rain building in later Saturday afternoon and evening, and then into the overnight, some heavy rain, and that will last into Sunday. But we're looking at primarily rain, no frozen precipitation this time, and then it does clear out and gets really cold early next week. Could see another, say, third of an inch of rain this morning. Then we're going to tack on more rain for the weekend, so maybe a grand total of close to an inch at that time. And this afternoon, the winds will pick up, and this evening, those winds gusting to 30 miles per hour, and that will start to dry us out. And that will be a cold wind through the overnight hours. Feels like temperatures down into the 20s at times, and that's a cold wind moving into your Valentine's Day, gusting up to 30 miles per hour at times, so upper 30s with those winds, feeling more like 20, so bundle up. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. We're looking at 50 today with the first alert, yellow alert in the morning. 50 degrees later, and then Friday, Valentine's Day, lots of sunshine, 39, and then a cold rain Saturday, 46. Much warmer Sunday, 61 with the rain, and then sharply colder. Winter not giving up next week. 38 Monday, mid-30s Tuesday and Wednesday. At least the sun's out, but very cold in the morning with teens and low 20s to start.
All right, thank you, Bob. Moving on, the Delaware HIV Advocacy Coalition is calling for more taxpayer money to be put towards testing, prevention, education about HIV. According to the Advocacy Coalition, in 2024, there was a 64% cut in federal money for prevention programs and a 10% increase in HIV cases. David Mariner, he's the executive director of Sussex Pride, says more money could help with the treatment and prevention of the disease.
I would love to have a conversation about new and novel approaches that we can take for HIV prevention in our state. With the new governor, with the new administration, I think that there's a lot of opportunities to think about doing things differently.
And Mariner says the money could give expanded access to HIV testing across the state and increase the availability of preventative medication. As we move on, 6:52 on this Thursday morning, time to check in with our coastal pet of today. We got two of them for you. These are Mia and Willow. Their family says they love watching Coast TV with their mom, and well, we love seeing a picture like this. Mia and Willow were submitted to us by Diana in Millsboro, and we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us your photos. Tell us what makes them so special. On your screen is that QR code. If you scan that, you can get your friends to us here, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Are those cute little doggies really watching us, or is somebody dangling a little treat in front of the TV? You never know. Foggy, kind of murky in Cambridge this morning. Take it slow out there. Yellow alert for the fog and rain. That will clear off as we go through the day. And then we do dry it out Friday, Valentine's Day, a little break, and then more rain for the weekend. Then maybe another wintry storm next week. It's possible. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
In your home, every drop of water matters. It's not just H2O, it's health and home comfort. At FHFERP, we take your plumbing personally. For just $29, let us be your home's water experts. We'll scrutinize every pipe to ensure reliability and purity right from the tap. Because we believe water is the lifeblood of your home, we're adding a free water quality test, ensuring your water is as clean and as safe as possible.
Call FHFERP. FHFERP.com.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck hand vac for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com now.
I was intending to wear the costume to a Kiss concert. We had agreed that he would also deliver bat wings. He did not.
He slandered you.
And I also had death threats.
Judge Judy. Thursday at 2 on Coast TV.
It is 6:56 and time for things to know before you go. And happening today, work on the 2026 fiscal year budget in Lewes. We've been going through it and found that the city is looking at increasing its expenses compared to 2025. We're seeing over $4 million in additional expenses for the new fiscal year. And one of the largest increases is police. That is up nearly $700,000 from the current budget. The new fiscal year in Lewes is scheduled to begin on April 1st. The Delaware General Assembly getting involved with Delmarva power customer complaints over higher utility bills. The Senate Environment, Energy, and Transportation Committee holding a hearing Friday morning about the concern. Public comments will be allowed either in person or online. Delmarva Power says the spike in the bills is linked to an unusually cold winter. We're approaching 6:57 on this Thursday morning. Got a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door. It's a foggy start to our day, Bob.
It is foggy, Matt. We've got melting snow. We've got rain falling as well, and it's still a yellow alert. As we go through the morning hours, we're seeing periodic showers, some of those heavy at times. Temperatures warming into the upper 40s, and then the rain quits this afternoon. I think we get up to around 50 degrees, and then it gets much colder. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Valentine's Day, sunny and cold, 39. A cold rain Saturday, and then a mild rain Sunday, 61. And then winter is back with a vengeance next week. Highs only in the mid-30s. Looks like another chance of rain and snow as we head into Thursday.
All right, thanks, Bob, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Today. The Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m., and then we'll be back with Coast TV News midday at 11 a.m., so stick with us for that. For even more news and coverage, you can count on download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Thursday morning, everybody.